Miranda Hosking, the managing director at the Gibbs Entrepreneurial Development Academy, says entrepreneurial activity in the country has grown. She says because of the emergence of the COVID-19 pandemic, that growth has come mostly from necessity-driven entrepreneurship. Hosking says even though there is growth, there is still fear of failure, which is preventing more people from starting businesses.
We remain constrained by certain issues and factors in the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Some of those include the normal, access to finance, access to markets, access to business skills. I think those are significant impediments to entrepreneurial activity. But I think beyond that, what the recent GEM report found was that we've seen significant increases in the fear of failure. And so that's quite something to have to contend with. We need to be able to break down why people are afraid to start businesses and what the culture is for entrepreneurship support in South Africa. Do we encourage failure? Do we punish failure? Are we tolerant of failure? And I think those are significant issues that we need to address.
Entrepreneur and founder of Wakanda Food Accelerator, Miles Kubega, has created a platform for entrepreneurs in the food business to be mentored and guided. Although entrepreneurs may want to be hands-on with all aspects of the business, but unfortunately, this often doesn't bode well for the enterprise. His focus and speciality is incubating entrepreneurs in the food and beverages space.
There's such great talent in South Africa, but they don't have the platform to showcase their product.
The Gibbs Entrepreneurial Academy, on the other hand, offers targeted, customized training for entrepreneurs to help them grow their businesses.
Our ultimate aim is around capacitating entrepreneurs to develop a culture where entrepreneurship grows in the country, and to actively work with entrepreneurs to grow their businesses so that we can see those businesses flourish and ultimately generate jobs and economic development.
Kubega shares what is currently trending in the food space and what should be avoided. Hoskins says there's huge interest in the agriculture and social entrepreneurship space.
Stay away from sauces. And I mean that nicely, right? So what is cool is superfoods. Look at things like boabab, amarula, plant-based. Look at things that are indigenous for sorghum, things that are not readily available. Play by yourself. Don't play with the other kids. Leave the other kids. So go ask Kukwa how did they do this? Go find those pearls of wisdom and commercialize those, and then you'll be on a winning streak.
What we've seen is a huge uptick in interest in agriculture, for example. And so we were completely overwhelmed when we put out a call for our Kotevo Women Agripreneurs program. That program took in 35 women. We received more than 800 applications. So it just shows you that a space like agriculture is becoming popular, and as much as youth don't often participate in agriculture, we've seen a huge increase in youth and women's interest in agriculture. The other sort of trends right now, so social entrepreneurship is increasing and becoming more important, particularly in the South African context. So social entrepreneurship combines a profit motive with a purpose motive, and that's quite something. So to see new and exciting solutions around education, green economy, technology, health, so those are quite interesting themes.
So far, through the Entrepreneurship Development Academy, more than 3,000 entrepreneurs have been impacted, while Kubega's Wakanda has incubated just under 300 foodpreneurs.
This last financial year alone, we had just under 300 entrepreneurs, right? Yeah, so there's amazing people doing really, really great stuff out there.
Most of our entrepreneurs are young people, and then of course we have a particular interest in previously disadvantaged communities and women.
Kubega says contrary to popular belief, the biggest challenge most entrepreneurs face is not access to funding, but more access to markets. He praises government for playing a big role through its agencies and other departments to support entrepreneurs.
When they do these initiatives, for example, let's take grants. We should stop calling it grants, for one, because it's an investment. The state government is investing in small businesses, whether it's in market access trips or even in capital, right? So it shouldn't be a grant, it's an investment, right? So, and I think when you do that, it changes two mindsets. It changes the public sector, government's mindset to say, listen, we're a contributing member to an ecosystem that actually should be very fairly and most importantly being funded by private sector, but they're not stepping up. We are. If you're a small business, go try and get money from a financial service institution. Good luck, right? And government is playing that role, but they need to own it and say this is a really positive thing.
The EDA says it's launching a third phase of the Walmart Entrepreneurship Program. The program targets entrepreneurs based in Gauteng and Western Cape townships who are in small-scale manufacturing and services.
With services, anything including salons, people who provide IT services, people who do recruitment, all sorts of services, as long as it's services based. And then of course manufacturing, it could be crafts, it could be wood, it could be furniture, it could be all sorts of manufacturing businesses.
Kupega says Wakanda offers the opportunity to develop a network of other entrepreneurs and startups to sustain a business in the future.
What we do, like you, we find them, we bulletproof them, so we help them on the business development side, so the accounting, legal, processes, operation, all of the boring kind of stuff, because they're often very good on the product side, they're good at that side. But a great product without the good business acumen often leads them wanting, so we do the part they don't enjoy so much.
Liabo Setho, SABC News, Johannesburg.